You know the feeling? You go to your doctor, you get your blood work done, and then you get that call, the good news. Hey, everything looks great. Your blood sugar is perfectly normal. And you hang up feeling this wave of relief, right? You think, okay, I'm healthy. But what if I told you that that normal test result could be a total lie? What if it's actually hiding a massive metabolic disaster that's happening deep inside your body? The truth is, your body might be screaming for help, and the one test you trust isn't designed to hear it.
Yeah, what your doctor probably didn't mention is that a really dangerous condition can be brewing for years, sometimes decades, completely invisible to those standard tests. Your blood sugar can look A-OK on paper, while behind the scenes, a powerful hormone is just skyrocketing to toxic levels, all in a desperate attempt to keep you alive. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that silent danger.
15. Think about that number. This condition, it's called insulin resistance, and it can develop silently for up to 15 to 20 years before your blood sugar even starts to budge. For almost 2 decades, your body is fighting this losing battle, and the very test that's supposed to give you peace of mind, it sees absolutely nothing wrong.
Okay, so to really get what's going on here, we have to start with the basics. We have to understand what normal blood sugar even means. And the answer, well, it's both incredibly simple and absolutely shocking.
1. Just 1 single teaspoon of sugar. That's it. For all 5 liters of blood in your entire body, the safe, healthy, and normal amount of sugar floating around at any given moment is just 1 tiny teaspoon. Your body is this masterpiece of design, built to maintain that incredibly delicate balance.
Now, let's compare that to reality. When you start adding up all the refined carbs, the breads, the pastas, the hidden starches in processed foods, the sugary drinks, a lot of people are dumping the equivalent of over 100 teaspoons of sugar into their system every single day.
And right here, this comparison, this is the whole problem in a nutshell. Your body is built for 1 teaspoon, but it's getting hit with 100. So this brings up the million-dollar question, right? How on earth can you consume 100 teaspoons of sugar, but your blood test only shows 1? Where did the other 99 teaspoons go?
Well, it didn't just vanish. See, your body treats high levels of glucose in the blood like a poison. It's incredibly dangerous stuff. So to protect you, your pancreas basically hits the panic button. It starts pumping out massive waves of a hormone called insulin. And you can think of insulin as this emergency cleanup crew, aggressively sucking that toxic sugar out of your blood just as fast as it's coming in. So insulin's main job is to grab that sugar from the blood and escort it into your cells to be used for energy. It's like a key that unlocks the door to your cells. But what happens when you use a key over and over and over again, thousands of times a day? Well, the lock starts to get worn out.
And this is so important to understand. Insulin resistance isn't really a disease. It's more like a defense mechanism. Think about it. When you're constantly hammering your cells with sugar and flooding them with insulin, they have to protect themselves to survive, so they start to downregulate. They basically put earplugs in and start ignoring the signal. They lock the door because your body is screaming, "Stop, I can't take any more."
And this kicks off a really dangerous, vicious cycle. So the sugar can't get into the cells because they're resistant. It gets stuck in the blood. Your body senses the high blood sugar and thinks, oh no, we need more insulin. So the pancreas works even harder, pumping out more and more insulin to try and force those cell doors open. This is how someone can have normal blood sugar for 15 years. The pancreas is just burning itself out, producing 5, 7, even 10 times the normal amount of insulin just to keep up.
This whole situation creates this really bizarre paradox inside your body. Your bloodstream is absolutely flooded with energy. It's swimming in sugar, but your cells can't access it. They're locked out. They're literally starving in the midst of plenty. And when your cells are starving for energy, especially your brain cells, you feel it. Now, because doctors almost never test your fasting insulin levels, this whole disaster goes completely undetected by the mainstream medical system for years. But your body's much smarter. It gives you clear warning signs long before that blood sugar number finally starts to climb. If you're insulin resistant, you'll probably notice some very specific things. You might have that stubborn belly fat that no amount of dieting or exercise seems to touch. You might see little skin tags pop up, or maybe some darkened, velvety skin patches around your neck or in your armpits. You might find yourself waking up constantly at night to go to the bathroom. And because your brain is starving, you'll almost certainly suffer from that chronic brain fog, memory problems, and that classic wave of exhaustion that hits you like a truck right after you eat a meal.
So what's causing all this damage? Well, of course, a diet high in sugar and refined starches is the main culprit. But there are two other massive triggers people often miss. The first one is simply how often you eat. Every time you eat, even a small healthy snack, you spike insulin. Snacking all day long keeps your insulin levels constantly elevated, never giving your poor cell receptors a break. And the second big trigger is industrial seed oils, things like corn oil, soy oil, canola oil. These fats are highly inflammatory and can actually damage the delicate membrane of your cells, basically jamming the locks so insulin can't get in.
Okay, so I know this all sounds pretty grim, but here is the incredible, fantastic news. This condition is not a life sentence. It's not permanent. You can absolutely dramatically reverse insulin resistance, and often in just a matter of weeks, simply by changing the information you give your body. It's all about fixing the root cause, not just putting a Band-Aid on the symptoms.
So here's a simple 3-step plan to do just that. First, you have to lower your carbohydrate intake. You gotta stop pouring gasoline on the fire. This stops those massive insulin spikes. Second, stop snacking. Give your body a break. Stick to 2 or maybe even 1 solid meal a day with nothing in between. This is how you finally let your insulin levels fall, which allows your cell receptors to heal and become sensitive again. And third, move your body. A simple 15-minute walk right after a meal can do wonders by helping your muscles soak up glucose directly from the blood.
And when you lower those carbs, something really cool happens. Your body switches its fuel source. It starts burning your own stored body fat for energy, and in the process, it creates this incredible clean fuel called ketones. And what's amazing is that ketones can bypass all those broken, insulin-resistant pathways and feed your starving brain directly. This is why brain fog and cravings can just disappear.
So, the most important takeaway here is this. You don't have to be a victim of a silent disease just because a standard test told you everything was normal. Your health is truly in your hands. The goal isn't just to manage your blood sugar. The real goal, the key to everything, is to lower your insulin.
If this explainer has opened your eyes and maybe shattered that illusion of the normal blood test, please help us get this crucial information out there. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on these health truths.
And to help more people find this, please give this explainer a like. It really does help. The more people that see this, the more lives we can hopefully change for the better. And please, share this with someone you care about, a friend, a family member, anyone who needs to hear this message.
And finally, let's connect. We really want to hear from you. Head down to the comments and let us know. Do you struggle with any of these things, like the brain fog, the constant hunger, or that stubborn belly fat? Let's get a conversation going.
So I'll leave you with one final thought to really chew on. You've been told your blood sugar is normal, but after everything we've just uncovered, the real question, the much more important question you need to be asking yourself is your insulin normal?